well, just wow. What's up, everybody? I'm DylanLasagna, and today I want to talk to you all about something that I don't normally cover here on this channel, and that is the Nintendo Direct. Now, for those of you on my channel, or even out there on YouTube that don't know what Direct is, Nintendo pretty much covers their upcoming video games that are going to be released in the next couple of months for their systems. In this case, it was the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch, and this presentation was presented on March 8th, 2018, and by the time this video is uploaded, it's probably a couple of days after this Direct. And let me tell you all right now, I'm not gonna be having some expert analysis on this Direct, like expert thoughts on this Direct, like most YouTubers like that do cover the Nintendo Direct and Nintendo games, or even video games in general. I am a casual gamer. I love video games. It's like I've been playing them since I was a kid. So don't expect like the expert analysis. Like, I want to talk about this Direct because I want to do something different here on the channel, and I just want to talk about it from a casual perspective. So without any further ado, let's talk about this Nintendo Direct. Nintendo used the first 10 minutes or few of the Nintendo Direct to announce a few Nintendo 3DS games, and I honestly didn't care because I am here for this Direct for this Switch. I'm glad that the 3DS still has a life, but I'm just here for the Switch. So let's talk about the Switch games from this Direct, shall we? This is what we came for, the Nintendo Switch games. But before we talk about like the actual Switch games I liked from this Direct, let's talk about the Switch games that I didn't give a crud about. Starting off with ARMS. They're having an ARMS tournament. I think it's starting like March 9th but through March, whenever, like throughout this week, or I don't know when it starts, sometime in March. But I honestly don't care about ARMS. It's like Wii Boxing, and I still prefer Wii Boxing over ARMS, in my opinion. They also had Splatoon-Dlc. It's like that popular multiplayer game. I didn't care about that either because I'm not a big online multiplayer kind of video gamer. I'm more into the single player experience. No life. But yeah, they're having free and paid DLC for Splatoon 2, but I just don't care about that. Dark Souls Remastered, they showed off more gameplay for that, and even included an amiibo, which is interesting. Praise the sun, like as they like to say, but that's like at the very bottom of my list of games I'm interested in, unless someone can convince me otherwise to pick up Dark Souls. But after this Direct, there are like a huge chunk of games that I really want more than Dark Souls. So I'm not really that interested in Dark Souls right now. And then of course there were a bunch of other games that were announced and showcased at this Direct, like Octopath Traveler and a sushi game. I'm probably not gonna pick those up. With the stuff I found boring now out of the way, let's get to the stuff that I found very interesting and games that I'm gonna most likely pick up down the line when it comes out. Let's start with the big one, the big daddy of this Nintendo Direct, and that is Super Smash Bros. This game is coming to Nintendo Switch finally, and the biggest shocker was it's coming this year in 2018. Oh my goodness, I am freaking excited for this game. Initially, beforehand, I was like feeling meh at that point of the Direct, because right before they were showing Splatoon-Dlc, as I mentioned before, and I did not care about that at all. And then after they were done with that, I thought it was over, and they were saying thanks for watching the Direct, and then they said, but wait, there's more. And then after that, more Splatoon. The characters were fighting, and I was just like, what more Splatoon can you possibly show us? And then it happened. It got dark, and then the Smash Bros logo goes right in the eye, which has suddenly become a meme now, just like the Savage Patrick Star meme. But anyway, the Smash Bros logo lights up on fire like a sun, and then you got silhouettes of Mario and Link, which looks like his Breath of the Wild version of himself, and everything fades to white. Super Smash Bros. 2018. I am super excited for this game. This is gonna be a day one pickup for me, but I want to find out more. Like, I know this is gonna be like a heavy hitter at E3. This is gonna be a game that's gonna be featured a lot at E3. I know it. I just know it because, like, if it's coming out in 2018, they gotta show a lot of this at E3. But in terms of what exactly they show, well, and I hope that they show and what's gonna be in the game. We obviously got hopefully Breath of the Wild Link. I want Super Mario Odyssey Mario with Cappy and the moveset. Hopefully we get to temporarily control characters with Cappy. Maybe some more like new stages and a few returning ones, which would be nice. For new stages, we obviously gotta have Breath of the Wild, a Breath of the Wild stage, and I want like a specific Super Mario Odyssey like kind of stage where it's this New Donk City, and then another one where it's got the Odyssey, but traveling to all the kingdoms, and then all the characters are fighting on the Odyssey. That would be fun. And then other characters, maybe, well, you obviously got the Splatoon characters, and you're gonna have a Splatoon stage, and then maybe ARMS characters, because Nintendo's so highly invested in them, and you're probably gonna have an ARMS arena too. But other than that, I'm not sure what other characters you could put in there. But overall, I'm very excited for Super Smash to be on the Nintendo Switch. Now I can play this wherever I want to, anytime I want to. I can play it on the TV, I can play it on the bed, in the car, like at school, at my cousin's house, or even on the toilet. No, don't do that. Never do that. Don't play your Switch on the toilet. Just don't. You gotta concentrate on the other thing. I'm sorry, I had to do that. When do I think this game's gonna come out? I honestly think this might be a September release. I know it's a little soon, but it could be a good tie-in to the online service, like a good connection to the online service. Like, it'll convince people. It might convince people to pay $20 to buy to pay for the online service. I'm stumbling a little bit, but it'd be a nice launch title for Nintendo's online service. And if not, then maybe it'll be a holiday release, and that'll be a good seller for the Switch. But overall, I'm very excited to see this game come out this year, and that really blows my mind. So I'm definitely gonna pick this up. Other games that I'm gonna pick up are out of this direct, and the other game, which are also very interesting to me, is Captain Toad. I never played this game on the Wii U, and I saw a few YouTubers playing it. It looked really fun. It was like a nice puzzle game, like non-Mario, obviously. Yeah, I never got to play Captain Toad. It's gonna have a Super Mario Odyssey kind of level with New Donk City, and maybe even a couple more. But maybe I'll find a little more details about it before its release date. But I'm definitely gonna pick this up just because I never played it on Wii U. This might open the door for a Super Mario 3D World port on the Nintendo Switch, because that's another game I never got a chance to play either. So hopefully Captain Toad opens the door for Super Mario 3D World. But yes, I'm going to be picking up Captain Toad for the Switch. So that's going to be cool. Another game that I'm certain to pick up at some point after this direct is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now initially, I had this game on PS4, and it's clear that from my channel that some of you know, my subscribers, know that I played this game on my channel, and you can tell I can get very frustrated with Crash Bandicoot, especially with how difficult some of the levels can be. But overall, I'm very glad to see this game on Nintendo Switch. I'm certain I'm gonna double dip on this. being able to play Crash on the go. It's also coming to Xbox One and PC, so I think that little franchise tag that people have been saying on the internet and on YouTube is pretty much over for Sony, and Activision wanted to pull the trigger to get it on Switch, Xbox One, and PC ASAP. So I'm definitely gonna get this game on Switch. My only concern would have to be with Crash on the Switch. I just hope it doesn't. I just hope it doesn't pull. I just hope it doesn't pull a WWE 2K18, especially with all these third-party ports. I just hope it doesn't pull a WWE 2K18 and looks really bad, runs really bad. And two, I just hope that it doesn't require like any more additional downloads, especially if there's one game on the cartridge and 2 games, and the rest we have to digitally download. I just really hope that doesn't come true, because I don't want my SD card memory to fill up, because there are a bunch of other games that I want to get for my Switch, especially with all the other games that are gonna possibly be announced at E3. So I just hope that they fit Activision and Nintendo fits all 3 games on one cartridge. Please, Nintendo, make the right decision with this, with Crash Insane Trilogy. Do not be like Capcom and cheap out on us. It was understandable with NBA 2K18 and even WWE 2K18 because they're big games, but don't do something like Capcom and make us download the rest. It's like, no, please don't. So I just hope all 3 games from the Insane Trilogy can fit on one cartridge, because I like my games physical, even though the cartridges are like freaking tiny as heck. But yeah, I really hope the Insane Trilogy can all fit in one cartridge. So, but overall, it's gonna be a buy for me. And last but not least, South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Man, that must have been hard to say for whoever was announcing this thing on the Direct, because they had to say butthole it's very slowly so people would get the wrong message. But I'm very excited to pick up this game finally after not getting it on the PlayStation 4, because I get to play South Park wherever I want to, like with all these other games that I still have yet to finish. Bayonetta's knocking on my door. Zelda's knocking on my door. Now we got South Park knocking on my door as well. Yeah, I'm very excited to pick up The Fractured Butthole. I hope it's just as good as The Stick of Truth. Speaking of the Stick of Truth, I hope it comes as a pack-in title with The Fractured Butthole. Like, how Ubisoft gave The Stick of Truth as a pre-order bonus, it's like a digital download bonus for those who pre-ordered The Fractured Butthole. That's an exception to, unlike the Insane Trilogy, that's okay. I don't really mind having a download for The Stick of Truth. As long as I get both South Park games on the Switch, that's enough for me. But yeah, overall, I would like to have both games on the Switch, hopefully, and then it comes out next month, which is pretty fast. In the DLC for The Fractured Butthole is coming out at launch too, so that's pretty cool. But I wanna wait a little bit. I wanna see if Ubisoft wants to put The Stick of Truth as a pre-order bonus. Hopefully, please, I want to play both games. I want to play Stick of Truth again. I want to play both South Park games on my Switch. So, but nonetheless, I'm very excited to see South Park finally on the Switch. Overall, with this Nintendo Direct, I was pleased with it. I didn't have too many expectations of it. I don't think I had any expectations because, school, midterms, which I should be working on right now. But, yeah, I didn't have too many expectations coming into this direct. Like, I didn't predict any like title, like what titles were gonna be shown. But I think for some of the prediction videos that I did see on YouTube, I think they did get some of them right. But I think a few of them set the bar a little too high, honestly. But I'm very glad that we got that unpredictability factor, like, to some extent in this direct, and I hope we get to see more unpredictability and unexpectedness going forward with the Nintendo Switch. Like, I don't know what other games, or when, like, these games, like a South Park or a Crash Bandicoot, could make their way to Nintendo Switch. It's a good time to be a Nintendo Switch owner and a Nintendo Switch fanboy. Coming out of this direct, what can I expect for the future? Honestly, well, E3 is around the corner. I don't know if there would be another direct to like address some titles, but I mean, I'll get to the possibility of another direct in a second. But you have other issues that Nintendo needs to iron out. They still have to figure out Yoshi for one, because they didn't show it at this direct, and it's becoming a little bit of a concern, because this is a title that they unveiled at E3 last year, at the time that I did not have a Switch, but I still watched their little E3 direct anyway. But they showcased this game, and it still does not have like a locked down release time frame and a release date, and that's very concerning. You also got games like Pokemon that don't have a good like time frame of release. Metroid Prime 4 that also don't have a firm like release year. Fire Emblem, even though I'm not that big of a fan of it. And Bayonetta 3. I mean, which for that one you'll probably hear something about it eventually this year. Probably not at E3, because it's probably going to be a big pack show for Super Smash, like more details about Smash, and this one I want to address, the online service. The question remains, do you do a full like direct before E3 about the online, focusing on the online service? Because if you do it at E3, that's going to take a chunk of time to explain what exactly it entails, like what the online service exactly entails, and like what it's gonna offer, and why you should purchase it, like for like $20 for 1 year. I mean, that's a good price, honestly, compared to freaking $50 or $60 for PlayStation Plus. I'm honestly not gonna do that ever again. I'm not sure if they would address the online service at E3. Maybe right before it. I say they do it right before it, because if they do it at E3, they have to do it separately from the gaming lineup that they're gonna showcase. But at some point, like, they have to announce something about the online service, because like people are getting antsy about it. It's getting like as the days get closer and closer, we're getting closer, and as the days keep piling up and moving faster, that's the online service is like potential release month of September is getting even closer as well. So I hope we hear something about the online service like at some point down the line before its release by Nintendo. We also got Labo. I mean, even though I'm not that interested in cardboard, this should be a good seller for kids and parents. So that should be fun. I hope for more like the rest of the Wii U, like the good Wii U lineup to make its way over ported to the Switch, like Super Mario 3D World. That was a interesting game that I saw other YouTubers play, that I want to get a chance to play as well on Nintendo Switch, because I don't want a Wii U. I don't want to get a Wii U just to get Super Mario 3D World. I want Super Mario 3D World to make its way to Nintendo Switch, because at this point we already got Captain Toad, and that should be an indication enough to put Super Mario 3D World on the Nintendo Switch, and I want that. Personally, what should be the last dagger in the Wii U is Super Mario Maker, but they have to figure out like what they need to take out from the gamepad, like what elements from the gamepad they need to do with Mario Maker, because it was like a gamepad and the TV, so they have to figure out some kinks from Mario Maker to make its way over to the Switch. But so I don't know if that would be a port or a direct sequel for Mario Maker, but I do want Mario Maker in some form on Nintendo Switch. Now, last but not least, third-party support is like it's like steadily increasing for Nintendo. It's like you never saw this much for the Wii U, and you saw it to some degree for the Wii, but Nintendo is gaining like respect back from third parties. Like it's pretty obvious with Ubisoft with Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, a game that I still yet to get because of how like underratedly good it is. And then you got Bethesda with Doom and Skyrim on there. Even Rockstar has joined the game with LA Noire, and even 2K Sports with NBA 2K and WWE 2K18 with, even though it's a broken mess. I'm hoping we get even more third-party games on Nintendo Switch. I know they're trying to save like really big one. They got really big ones in store for E3. It's like I hope they announce Grand Theft Auto in some form, in some way. Like Grand Theft Auto 5, that's a big title that I really want on Nintendo Switch, much like everyone else that owns a Nintendo Switch. But as I said before, if they can't like somehow figure out a way to get Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Switch, even though it ran on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, go with the next best thing. Like go with the next best Grand Theft Auto title you got out there that's not Grand Theft Auto 4. Maybe the Grand Theft Auto 3 Trilogy. Maybe you can go with Grand Theft Auto 4. I don't really care. The Grand Theft Auto 3 Trilogy, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Even if the controls are outdated, like people are complaining about, or go all out. Go with the entire GTA 3 lineup. 3 Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories. I would play the heck out of those games on my Switch for freaking ever. It's like, oh my goodness, that's like a big stack right there of games that I would freaking triple dip, quadruple dip again for the Nintendo Switch, because I would be able to play it on the go anytime I would want to. But yeah, I would like to see GTA in some form for the Nintendo Switch. Another game that I hope gets announced for the Nintendo Switch is Madden, but that's all depending on EA, because you know EA is they're a weird company with their freaking loot boxes, and I really want to play Madden NFL on the go wherever I want to, because you know NFL, man, NFL. I want to play my Niners with Garoppolo. Last but not least, for third-party support, I know this recently got announced. But it's kind of a little challenging for me to see it happen. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Yeah, it's at this point it's a little challenging for me to see it on the Switch. But I think if Call of Duty Black Ops 4 doesn't make it to the Switch, then I hope Call of Duty does make it, like, get a game in some form, like whether it's zombies or like a Modern Warfare remaster, whether it's the first one, the second one, or third one. I just hope, like, for those first-person shooter kind of players, that they get Call of Duty in some way, because it would be a nice tie-in to the, like it, as I said with Super Smash. It would be a good game for the online service, and yeah, it increased more third-party support as well with the GTAs and the Maddens and the Crash Bandicoots and the South Parks. But overall, like, I would like more third-party support to steadily increase in 2018, and hopefully we get to see more of it at E3. So what'd you all think of the Direct from March 8, 2018? Let me know in the comments below, and give me a rating too. I would give it an 8 out of 10. I felt there was too much emphasis on the 3DS at this point, but I did like the clear, like, direction that Nintendo is going with the Switch, with the release dates for previously announced games from previous Directs, and a solid lineup to help us go forward with the Switch and for most of the first half in 2018 with the ports like Captain Toad, Crash Bandicoot, South Park, and then you got the other games like Mario Tennis Aces and Hyrule Warriors, and then you have E3 coming up, so they'll be sure to announce more about, especially about Smash, which is due to come in 2018, and then other titles that they probably announce about over there as well. So let me know about your thoughts about the Direct in the comments below, and also about what Nintendo could have in store for the rest of this year as well. And I'll say about this before I do the usual mantra. I really like doing this kind of video, talking about the Nintendo Direct. It was a nice change of scenery to do something different. I don't normally talk about like video games. I usually play them here on the channel and outside of the channel, but it was nice. It was nice to do. So maybe I might consider doing it down the line. And again, this is from a casual gamer's perspective. But alright, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links will be in the description as well. And tap the bell in your YouTube app so you don't miss out on an upload from this channel. Alright everyone, always be delicious, and I'll catch you all later. Peace. Pow.